perception versus reality. You talking about so
perception, is
like what you see something to be.
Yeah, what you see to be versus what it actually
is. So, say
it's a lot of that in life right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say especially with a lot of people, especially due to social media.
Social media is really
what ruined that shit.
The biggest thing is really why I said we talk about perception versus reality this week, because shit, that's really what it is. What's going on in the world right now? That's what you got. And I'm more so on the reality side, but it's an interesting conversation to make it, to hear what people think things are supposed to be.
On what's supposed to look better?
Just like, let's say music. You figure you make X amount of songs, and you figure you're supposed to get a deal for X amount of dollars. It's the perception. When the reality is, you can make X amount of songs, you can make one song. It really depends on first you and two. Well, first who you signing with and what they trying to do. Then you versus what you think it's gonna be. It's gonna be a lot more to it than basically what you think it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because. Like what shit else? So originally, somebody be like, "Shit, man, I got this hot ass song." You might think it's hot. It really might be trash though, to be honest with you. But you got this hot ass song. You think this bitch is supposed to be that number one hit. You feel me? And let's say you actually take it somewhere. You be like, "Well, cool. This song was supposed to make me $1 million. Cool. You take it into a spot. You feel me? Even once you get, let's say you get signed off this one song, because a lot of people do. You feel me? More than likely, you're not gonna get signed for $1 million. You're gonna probably get signed for like a half ticket, maybe, and probably more than likely less than that. So it's gonna be like they probably gonna sign your ass for like 75 bands, and then you really got to write. You really working for that 75 because it's in advance. You working for that 75, so it's not like you got like a 75 clean. So your song still ain't even worth 75 clean. Yeah. You feel me? So,
well, that's the same thing too with the perception versus reality. When they tell you how much money you gonna get, and they're not telling you, well, yeah, but not quite. Like, you gonna get that, but you still gotta pay for this out of that, this out of that, this out of that, this. So you might end up with this. You gonna get this, but you gonna have to handle business with this. So.
We gonna need your ass to this studio at 5 a.m. nigga every day for 2 months straight. We need an album after these 2 months. After this album, we need you to put you on tour, and then we still gonna take the money off the tour. The money you gonna get paid on tour, but we still gotta, you feel me, nigga? We gotta pay for stage setup, back, you feel me? All this lighting and shit, all this mostly magical bullshit that you really don't need, but it's for presentation. So perception. So you paying, you feel me? They charging you to give other people the perception that your show is better than what it is, when really, how you are as an artist is what makes the show. All that background shit, really, it just extra flair for real. It's not really so like Chris Brown had a lot of sets where he got like fire and fireworks and all this other shit. Then he also got other sets where all this nigga's doing is flipping around the stage. This nigga ain't did shit but did a backflip. You feel me? And it's still a sold out show. So the perception is that I need all this shit in order to be this big artist. But the reality is, once you become the person that's supposed to be a big artist, is nigga, they gonna come see you no matter what you got. You feel me? So I'm like, a lot of you. So I get that, especially from like music perception.
Yeah. Well, no, just really in life, period. Like, and I'm trying to get away from this topic because we talk about women and I don't hear.
Yeah, man. I be tired.
It's been cool now, but by episode 5, we gonna be like, you know what? I think y'all sexist on the show because every week.
All I say, but it's not. It's just so the perception of that would be for us would be we talk about what it is that we might want out of women and what a woman should be doing. The reality of it is
everybody is fucking different.
We just
something different every time.
Well, yeah, because I was about to say, women be thinking like, so like we've been saying, we want a female that cooks and cleans, right? That's pretty much all they hear. We just want a woman to cook and clean, right?
Perception.
But the reality is really just showing how nurturing you are. Is what we really trying to get out of that.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is, perception is we want the woman that
I want a chef.
I'll say it better. Perception is gender role. That's a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Reality is no, because I can cook and I can clean. Also, it's just that it's a little nicer. When it comes
I don't have to.
Yeah, like I want to do this, you do this, but understand that if it's a night you feel like you can't handle it, I'm gonna step
I'll
right
pick
in.
it up.
Exactly.
So
it's not so much of a gender role thing. Okay, so yeah, that's a better way to put it. I mean, because perception versus reality is, man, it's so many ways we can go with this conversation. All in all, and not to speak on what I said about the women thing, we just here to get a guy's a voice, pretty much. So it's not saying nothing
bad or ill will
bad versus y'all. It's just that this is our voice because y'all try to have a voice for us, which is fucking.
And that's the other thing I want.
Which is impossible. That's
something I want
part
to
of the
talk
reason
about.
we started. You can't have
women are telling men how to be men based off of what social media is telling them a man is. What sense in any type of circle do that make? Like, you
so
gonna let
majority of what women saying a man should be is all perception.
Yeah, so it's what they see from social media.
Reality is that you never know what the hell it's like being.
Exactly.
And vice versa. We not gonna tell y'all what we'll tell you what we prefer.
And that's a conversation, and that's a conversation I had with a couple females. They feel like they stress or they pressure is equal or more than ours, but I was like, man, to be honest with you, single, yeah, it probably is because you got to do the same shit we do, right? Yeah. But then when you get into a relationship, we still got to do that shit. Plus now add on to your shit. You feel me? So we still got extra shit on us. And when you come to us, your shit is supposed to get lighted. Cause a lot of females, they be like, shit, well, being a single mother is hard. I'm like, yes, that's true, but also being a single father is hard as well. If you a single father, so it's the same balance. I gotta work. You feel me? I gotta work. I gotta cook. I gotta clean. I still gotta come home and play with the kid and shit like that.
I gotta speak on this.
And I mean, I understand it's vice versa for females, but y'all gotta understand that you feel me?
It's different levels, and I think a lot of us. We know having a lot of guys as dads around us. How I say this? Shit, I'm just saying. Honest reality is different levels of dads, bro. Like, you got it. I know it's a certain level of dads that do it all dads. I change diapers. I give baths. I feed. I do all this shit. Then you got the other dads that ain't really gonna change no diapers. They not doing all that shit. But so when it comes to perception of that being a single dad, it breaks down to which level of dad are you. Same thing with the women. I'm not gonna get on that, but it's a different level of mothers too. But I'm gonna just speak on the father's aspect of it. So with that being said, it's. Being a single father is definitely tough, especially if you're not that do-it-all dad, which means now you are doing foreign things that's going to make it way harder on you. You don't know how to put a diaper on. You're not sure how many scoops
going to
the bottom.
Now you stepped into a role that you're not really accustomed to, which is the nurturing, because you so stuck in how you pretty much how it is to be a man. You so stuck into not being vulnerable.
And another thing about we talk about what we expected to do as guys. And another light, and it's just me being honest on the guy level, it's different type of guys too. It is certain niggas that's gonna split the bills down the middle with you, and that ain't knocking y'all, but it's a nigga that's gonna do that because that's the only way he see it. He don't really see it. You got the niggas that only see like, well, shit, if I'm gonna live with you and pay all the bills, what the fuck am I living with you? Like, why you here?
Yeah.
Like, leave. Like. And I don't necessarily say you wrong because to a certain extent,
That's what I was saying on the last episode. I feel like what I said towards the end kind of got misconstrued, or what I was trying, or where I was actually going.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if I'm paying all the bills, I know, you feel me. And then if there are no gender roles, I know how to cook, I know how to clean, and I will do it, and I can do it.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm still able-bodied to do all this shit. But you're a female who wants to be a housewife, or you feel me, a housewife, and just stay at the house all day and not do any of these things. What do I need you at the house for? Because I'm paying for you to stay with me, and you're not doing nothing. So you pretty much just around my life for really nothing.
I feel like we spoke on that. How do you feel about a woman that wants to be a stay-at-home woman. Like,
to be honest with you, I don't mind it as long as it's understanding between us two of what exactly should be going on, like, in the divide. So if I'm leaving the house every day to make sure that the house is, good, then you need to be in the house to make sure that the house is good. Okay. But I don't, you feel me? So that's what I'm saying. I don't mind, because I said that in the last, I don't mind paying all the bills. I don't mind paying all the bills.
No. It ain't.
So I'm saying, but I'm saying for a housewife, more than likely she probably not working. Yeah. So you feel me? She's gonna. No, okay. My role would be to pay all the bills so that way she has a house to live in. And I don't mind that at all. But I don't want to pay for majority of the shit, and then there's no respect in the household. Right. There's no food in the household. If something's wrong with me, there's no love or reassurance to come back to me.
Where's the fact where I'm carrying everything?
Yeah. So now you feel me? So now my feel like. So I understand that we're not really that expressive with our feelings, but when I do want to express my feelings, I still I'm still bound to hold them in. So I don't want to have somebody else around me 24/7 that I have to feel like I got to hold my feelings in, and then I gotta either order us food or go cook my own food, or if something is sitting around like on the floor or something, I gotta walk. When I come home, I gotta pick it up, or you feel me? I gotta go, do all these errands so that way everything is loaded in the house as it should be. And when I get back into the crib, it's nothing in return. There's no, you feel me? There's no love. There's no respect. There's no nourishment. No nothing. So that's the thing that I was saying last time. It's like, so I don't, you feel me? I don't mind somebody being a housewife. I don't. You feel me? That's what you choose to do, and you in a relationship that allows for that to happen, then by all means. But you also have to contribute to being what that man provided the life for you to be, because he is providing the life for you to be able to not work and instead to go out, have fun, not work, and either stay with the kid or play with, or go have fun with your friends, or even whatever the fuck you want to do. Right? You have a life provided to where you don't really have to choose. Do I want to go to work today or not? Right. You just wake up and do pretty much whatever the fuck you want to do.
See, that's what I wanted to. I think I kind of said something last episode, or it might have been episode for last, about that topic. And I do want to say that, first of all, when I say this, it's not about who help paying the bills. It's just more so, it's cool for a lot of nourishment and stuff like that. It's not a problem. But how I see it, or what I have in mind is, not saying it's an issue, but I would want you to want something more for yourself. Yeah. Like, don't come and want to sit off, not sit off or just want to say you want to be in the house. Because if I have a daughter, then, okay, you're going to teach her how to be an excellent woman. But I'm going to be the one that's going to teach her how to be a go-getter. Mm-hmm. But in the same breath, I'd rather have... See a female do it as exactly. Well. Yeah. I'd rather have it on both ends. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm paying all the bills. Anyways, but you also need to have something. I just want that example. I just want you to have something, because you got to keep me going. Like, if I have a day where I'm just like, damn, I want you to, you feel me? Like, or I want you to take your ideas. Even if I've got to put down some cheese, buy a store or whatever. I just want you to have your own bag, your own idea, your own type of motion to do, instead of just like, okay, yeah, when I get to the crib, it's just like that. Like, back in the day, it rolled for whatever was going on back in the day. I wasn't going through that back then. I don't know what the fuck. So I can't really tell you. I just think from my standpoint, it's fine. If you don't have a job, run a company, run a business, have something like that.
Sell some dope. Bitch, stop sitting at the house all day. Doing nothing, sell some dope, bitch. I don't do shit. Put some cocaine and garlic powder in a garlic powder seasoning and say you're selling seasonings. Do something. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Sales. Have some motion. I'm bullshit. Don't go out and move the product of narcotics. Don't do that.
Yeah, we're not.
But do it.
We're not promoting.
But you need to have something going on for you.
But no, that's what that's what I would want you to have.
Because when you die, what are they gonna say? Well, she leaves. You feel me? She leaves behind a loving husband or a boyfriend and a child, and then what?
Yeah.
And then what?
It's pretty much.
She worked at Staples for like 7 months, and then what? Like, you feel me? Like, have something else to your legacy. You feel me? I feel like that's why I do a lot of things. Because I'm a driven male. I'm not like, because like you said, every man is not the same as well. Because a lot of niggas ain't even driven to do something. I'm a driven guy.
Because that's what it is with what I realize we have to let that be known too. Like, we know it's different levels of males out here.
We know it's bum ass niggas, decent niggas, great guys.
Exactly. It's definitely different levels of dudes out here. So we not never just saying like, yeah, for all the guys over the world, this is our voice. No, we speaking for a certain
for the non-bum ass niggas.
It's probably niggas that watch our podcast. Like, yeah, nope, I don't get nothing. What niggas talking about?
Them niggas about, I don't understand this shit. Why they rolling up, sitting at their BM crib?
Right.
Like, bitch.
Hey, man, let me use the car. These niggas on this pod tripping.
These niggas in this bitch talking bullshit. 3 niggas out around. What P say? I leave the house every day just so they think I'm out here doing something.
Yeah, that's what it is. You niggas is at Do Dirty Crib playing Madden for 8 hours, and that's when you watch this podcast, and we talking about you, so you don't feel it at all.
So, you know,
these
like,
niggas crazy. Turn it
like,
run it back.
Like, you can't just come and, you feel me? You just can't.
No, not you, turn.
This nigga about to cut the shit. This nigga about to kill the episode. These niggas talking crazy. Nah. But you just can't be a bum ass nigga thinking that a girl is supposed to come in and be this wifey material for you. Same thing as a woman should stop having this mindset that she's not gonna do wifey shit until, you feel me, she is the wife. But yet, if a man is actually proving himself to be all this stuff while he's in the boyfriend stage, right? He's already proven that he is a husband. He might not just be your husband at this time, but you feel me? You should prove that you are a wife. You just might not be his wife at the time.
I feel like
that divide needs to be understood.
See, and you know what's crazy? I feel like that's what it is. You proving your worthiness of being worthy to, you know, take that man's last name, or for y'all to come together and lock it in for life. Because I hear people say the goofiest shit in the world, like,
wait, what?
I'm the girlfriend, I'm not doing wifey shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, well,
why would I make you wife if you don't do
you're not showing
shit?
You capable of it, how the fuck I'm gonna know? Like, what? How the fuck? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like,
that's like showing up to a basketball tryout with a ball in your hand and you never dribbled, you never shot it, you never passed it, nothing, but you expecting to make the team. What sense do that make?
I mean, bro, it's
you show.
Bro.
I'm saying you show up with qualifications, right? Because you got a ball, you in suit, you add to tryouts, right? Yeah. But you haven't did anything to make the team. Yeah, what sense do that make? You
it's like they go recruit you and you average 20 points a game, but you haven't.
But you ain't scored nothing. So how do we know that you can do this on a consistent basis?
Worthy, exactly. I mean, exactly. You just really, like, you know. And one thing about people, no matter what people tell you or what you hear from others, you know what's up. Yeah. At the end of the day, when the conversation's over and you go in the house and you by yourself, or however you end your day when you by yourself, you know what's up. When it's time to self-reflect on the day, on what's been going on or whatever, you know what's up. Whether some people stand on what it is, some people run around what it is, some people play the game. It's at the end of the day, man.
Cause I seen,
gotta.
What the fuck did I see? It was they was like, if a man tell you that his girl, cause I'm like, and this kind of go back to the thing where you was talking about we gotta make the team, you gotta be able to get our name and shit. Yeah. So it'd be like if a man has a group of friends and then his homeboy tell him that not to get, you feel me, don't fuck with that girl, more likely he won't, because the thing is that we'll see, even we take that to a more understanding than a female saying don't fuck with that guy, you feel me. So because if a female friend is telling the other female friend not to fuck with that nigga, it's more so like a ill will in there somewhere, because she sees that this nigga is something and she hasn't been able to get that, but you got it, and so she wants that
I don't understand, and we just not gonna make this conversation. Female relationships amongst each other, they friendships are entirely fucking different from guys.
Yeah,
like,
that shit don't last.
The shit that they go through,
that shit don't last.
If guys go through that, it'll be a low percentage of guys on earth, because niggas not going through that shit with each other. Niggas, It's trust me what I just said. It wouldn't be a
What
lot
you
of
mean
people.
you ain't coming to my birthday? What the fuck?
No, we about to go kill everybody because
nigga, I wanted to see.
ain't no fucking.
I wanted you to see me blow these candles out, nigga.
This nigga just told the whole Facebook them was his forces. I had we killing everybody.
Get to go, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, niggas don't care about that.
Niggas don't.
That's why I'm like, because I'm like, my shortest friendship relationship I think is like 6-7 years, and that's because I met them at that point in time. It's not even that you feel me that we fell out no shit. That's when I met them. So my longest one is like 20+ years. You feel me? So a lot of females don't really have 20+ year relationships with their friends because they fall out really over petty shit or a little bullshit. Like, but yet you got so much advice to give to your friend.
Speaking of friendships, we've been out of high school, what, close to 10 years? It's coming up on 10 years.
I don't know.
It's 2023 in June.
How old I'm about to be next month?
10 in
72?
June. 72.
72, I feel like it, nigga. I got back problems, knee problems.
I swear.
That nigga got a meniscus problem.
Shit.
I think. I don't know. We still ain't really figured it out. We just gonna thug it out with Tylenol and
I
shit.
had kidney issues, all types of shit.
Oh, yeah, you feel me? You feel me? So, a lot of shit.
I'm about 28 going on 38.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So coming up on 10 years.
10 years, okay.
Well, the way our fucking high school is, we damn near see a lot of people we went to high school with on the daily. Out of those people, those friendships, now you older, you look back on the high school experience and who you might have hung around at the time or just life period back in high school. And then thinking about the things that the older people said, comments they made, things they might have told you, advice they gave. What is your outlook on it? Coming up on the 10 years of being literally walking across the fucking high school stage, being 17 to 18, maybe even 19 years old. So yeah, going into that, like being 10 years removed, what's your look back on it now? Like seeing that, like I say, 10 years removed from that day, that life, that teenage lifestyle, that living in the parents' crib for, maybe somewhat out of the 4 years. Really just being a kid. That's when you really get that diploma and you get to the other side of the stage.
You saying, like, what did you kind of, like, grasp from that time?
Like, you
being
look
able to
back,
be a kid?
exactly. Just I feel like our high school experience was, in the city of Detroit, was set aside from everybody's. Our shit was, that shit different. And the shit was like Twilight, because the shit don't even exist no more. It's just like, all you got is a bunch of stories and memories.
And then you can't even really bring him up and like, I went to school, and you be like, what the fuck is that? Look, man, we was open 4 years.
Man,
and we
I
shut
just
down,
had somebody just ask, like, I went to Plymouth, nigga. Like,
I'm like,
so explain how you was going all the way out there. I'm like, you know what, man?
Nah, nigga, I was on the boulevard, my nigga. I was on the boulevard.
Like, I used to have my helmet in the neighborhood going to practice. This nigga play for Persian.
Nigga,
it's rough, man. I don't know nobody. I never went to go to a school nobody knew. Like, this shit is terrible. Then you go to UVille. Like, I see you. What you hoop up there?
Yeah, man. Sometimes
I do after school,
yeah.
but it's a school upstairs.
But during the daytime,
long story,
I'm up here. You feel me? During the daytime, I'm up here. I don't just work security.
Really
I'm actually
like
here trying to study
hours.
something.
I'm about up here 16 hours.
You know.
Day. I get all the way up here. I don't leave till night.
They talking about they open up the after school programs this early? Nah, my nigga. You see y'all matching this nigga in clothes.
You know what's crazy though about going there? You never signed up for shit. You just kind of didn't go home and just walk around. Wherever you might end up, just go there every day. And that's
valid as fuck.
Because I don't remember. So I played on a basketball team. I didn't sign up for shit. I just stayed.
I remember the one thing.
I just didn't go home.
The one thing I did, it was like, it was a media joint. It was like this. So it was pretty much you had to
had a nice studio.
You went in. You feel me? 'Cause
nice studio.
You went in. In order to be able to record music there, you had to do a program. That's how I ended up going in. Because I was like, oh, y'all got a studio on this bitch? I want to, you feel me? Shit, I rap. I'm trying to get in. They be like, well, shit, in order to do this, you feel me, you got to earn it. So I'm like, all right, fuck, what I got to do? That's like, well, we want you to make a demo radio, like, feel me, go on, like, record the shit, chop the shit up, and then put music in, do all this editing shit in order to show us that you know how to use the equipment. I already knew how to use the shit because I had, like, some of the shit at the crib.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I did that shit, and then nigga I had to they played my shit through the school too, cause they was like, nigga, we ain't never heard a nigga do radio like this.
Did
ever.
you? Cause I feel like they made me do some shit like that. I'm thinking about some shit I never seen that I did in that studio.
I did that shit.
Bro.
They play. I'm like, I
like
remember
the
they played my
shit.
They played my shit for like a week straight over this, cause I did like you remember back when they had the smooth jazz. That's what I did. That I went on like I was keep sweat on that bitch. Like, yeah, welcome to the power hour. Da 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 blah blah blah. Yeah, we about to get into this sensual seduction right here. Then played the shit right. They played the shit all through, and of course you couldn't cuss on it. And I had to put all like edited music and shit. But they did that shit. I would think outside of school sports, like programs that you feel offered, I think that's the only thing I ever did. And I'm like, I really just walked in like I rap on the studio. I never signed.
You know what? That's when I hoop, that's exactly what happened. We was hooping, and one day I want to say the nigga told us to come to a different gym or some shit. You know? It was a basketball game, and as I'm getting ready for the basketball game, I'm like, so I was at practice the whole time. I thought we was in this bitch shooting. This is an open gym. I was at practice.
I gotta come back tomorrow.
Nah, I have to come. Like damn. I would.
You guys on? You want to do it? You got it. You want to do it after?
I know it's hard to find you some kids' clothes, man. Get with the Fly Kids headquarters, man. All for you kids' clothing, man. Trust me, I get my kids laced. Family members, nephews, nieces, whatever. They got everything you need, literally. All for you KC on Instagram. They located on the Lodge and Outer Drive. All for you kids' clothing. It's the Fly Kids headquarters, man. Tap in. Go on Instagram right now at All for You KC. Go see all the fly shit, all the heat for your son, for your little man, or your little girl, daddy's princess or daddy's little prince, whatever. They got it. All for you kids clothing, man. Fly Kids headquarters. If you want to go in, man, they located right off the Lodge or Outer Drive, right there. All for you KC, man. Trust me. So basically, it was just like, what's your overlook on being 10 years removed from high school now, thinking about the advice, the things you might have been told that you might not understood at the moment, being that shit.
Like advice from who though, for real?
Just period. Not necessarily nobody. Just some shit that you might have not got. Because it's a lot of times now that I sit and I think about the shit that was told to me. And I used to be like, man. And I think about it now, like, damn. The analyzation was kind of right.
I would say 10 years from high school, I would say I'm in a way better spot than what was projected from me.
Right.
You feel me? I did ask had teachers say like, yo, I wasn't gonna be shit for real. Like, so I would say I'm in a way better. First of all, I'm doing better than them niggas. So, but you feel me? But I'm projecting. So like advice wise or me looking back, I'm just happy to be in the space that I am in my life.
Definitely.
That you feel me, to where I prove wrong to what was actually like the perception of what I would have been. You feel me, or who I was. Because just because I was X amount or doing X amount or whatever doesn't mean that that's going to be my whole life. And now you feel me. So I'm like, sometimes people do bad things to get to good places. So a lot of people just be expecting you to just fail at, you feel me, because you're doing like wrong shit. But
right.
You can figure it out. But if you a smart person, not just doing dumb shit, just do, you feel me, doing bad shit just to be doing dumb shit, just so that way you can try to get like a name or, you feel me, just to like famous or some shit like that. You can actually work this shit out to a way better way. Cause I'm like, nigga, I done figured out. Because most of the shit I know now, nobody really taught me. Nobody taught me shit for real.
And and you know what? It's funny that this going this way because I just had a thought. What you feel like you really learned
from what school?
In them 4 years of high school? Because not only what you feel like you really learned, but to the people that tap in with us, I want to ask y'all this too, and y'all jump in the comments on YouTube or whatever. What you feel like you learned out of your 4 years of high school? I know everybody had different high school experiences, like but do you feel like you wasted 4 years of high school, or do you feel like you gained a lot of shit? Because honestly, I learned a lot of more shit in real life that stuck with me that I wish they would have taught me and prepared me for.
Academic wise, I mean, obviously you might know some. You feel me? You gonna learn something, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about shit that stick with you, but academic. So we
talking about the shit that you end up needing.
That I needed academic wise, nothing really that I can really think of for real. I'm not gonna say I don't have nothing that I probably use, but I'm like off the top, like nothing for real academic wise. But social wise and perception wise and relationship wise, like how to deal with people, because mostly like the way I interacted with people was way different. Like I was
kicking in because I'm thinking about new shit.
Yeah, but I was like the way I interacted with people was more so, you feel me, on how I was raised in the area I was raised type
because
shit.
I'm thinking about it.
Now I got now I got more people around, and so now I got more people from different neighborhoods and all this other shit. You feel me? That I gotta see on a daily basis. Because if you go from one neighborhood to another, if you're doing other shit, you feel me? You gonna hop neighborhood to neighborhood, but you're not gonna.
I know we talked a little bit about this off camera, and I'm thinking about it now, and I'm thinking about the shit I be thinking about my son's school. Mm-hmm. Would you think about making your own school system where they teach you more real life shit? Yeah. Like, of course, you got your curriculum things. Yeah. But I really want to get real and getting down to it, because in high school, especially, I'm talking about, like, not middle school, you know. This your real last step in childhood. Yeah, my goal. That's your ease into adulthood. If in high school, if they teach you more real life shit like credit,
shit that you actually need,
and instead of pushing, go to school for 4 years and possibly be in debt, push more trades. Like they need to bring back Votech. They need to bring back all that type of shit that taught you how to do trade. Right now, they pushing every kid go to school 4 years. Mm-hmm. Go. Like, they pushed us to go to school for... We was the fucking Toledo boys. Every nigga from my neighborhood, we was going to Toledo University. And guess what? We could not afford that shit. And we didn't even know that. Mm-hmm. We got accepted into college. We going. It's so much more than that acceptance letter, bro. Financial aid, you got to be... If anybody in high school tapped in and listen to this right now... Get more savvy on financial aid. Learn more about that. You need to teach your parents to gain education.
You know what happened financial aid that I did? So I went to school at Baker. So I'm gonna give you my college experience is different because mine was like totally different. It was a whole different thing. But I went to a really low level college, right? But the hack to financial aid that I did was I went there I think I was there for 2 semesters before they put me out. But I think I was there for 2 semesters. So for 2 semesters, everything like my housing and all that shit. No, my scholarship. I had a scholarship for academics.
Right.
You feel me? Because they was like, man, pretty much to get in, all you had to do was just pass high school with I think like a 2.3 or some shit to get in. So I'm like, all right, bet, fuck it, I got a 2.3. I at least got a 2.3. Right. So you feel me? Got in on that, and then I had to pay for, I think housing or something. Either way, they blocked a couple of my classes because. I had a balance doing some shit. So what I did was I was like, I just sign it. I'm like, so they put me into what the financial aid office or whatever. I sit there and talk to people like, we gonna block your classes until just that and that. You got to sign this loan. You got to get this.
They told you that in financial aid?
Yeah. So we gonna block your class.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what they told us. Me in particular at Toledo. I moved in on a Thursday.
This when you first get in there?
Yeah. Okay. So we moved in day was on a Thursday. My dad dropped me off. Friday, we like, man, we gonna enjoy the campus, but nigga, we need to go find our way in the financial aid office, make sure we straight. Mm-hmm. They gave it to me straight up and down. Mind you, nigga, I live in Michigan. They just dropped me off. Woo, open house, all this type of shit. Nigga, that lady told me, so this is about to happen. You gonna pay $2,000 by Sunday, or by Monday. Your class is gonna be dropped, and by Friday you'll be evicted from housing. Mm-hmm. So I'm like,
she gangster though. I'm gonna tell you that much. She gangster though.
Nigga. Yeah, she gangster. $2,000 by it's Friday, man. I got one day to come up with this.
A couple days.
Fuck that.
She gangster for that though. I ain't gonna
told my nigga the same thing. We had some niggas in Ohio anyway. Jumped on the phone. We got to ride to Central State. We wasn't going home. That wasn't an option. Fuck home. That's what we was thinking. Like, nigga, we can already. Let's get a ride to the other school we got accepted to, nigga. Let's go see
I
what
went
they
through the whole semester. Because like I said, I had the academics shit was paid, I believe. I believe it was the academics that was paid. It was either the house or something was paid already. Then they told me I had to get a loan to do whatever the fuck wasn't paid. So every time I went to the financial aid office, I went there like 3 times. So I went there, I was like, yeah, I'm a sign. I'm like, you got to get this loan. I'm like, what's the loan? They're like this, and then they'll give me the paperwork. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna go read it and whatnot, and I'm signing. And they're like, all right, cool. Before you turn it in, we're gonna unblock your class so that way you can still go to classes. And then whatever. So the way I got off was I never signed the papers. So that way I was never liable for the money that was owed for whatever the fuck I was supposed to do. So I just kept doing that multiple times. And that's how I got off. And I never had to pay no student loans or no shit like that.
See,
I just kept saying I was going to sign it.
I do owe, but I don't owe as much because shit.
Oh, shit.
I didn't really. Well, it's interesting. Well, basically what I'm saying is, we out of school. And you niggas got kids, and you putting your kids in the same educational system. And I just talked to my cousin like 2 days ago, and he was saying some shit about, how they make you take these standardized tests. Yeah. There really ain't no point. Mm-hmm. And basically, the educational system in Michigan is a big ass fucking cash grab. So,
I mean, pretty much anywhere else.
When you're growing up with kids, you look at reality. A lot of people now is want to homeschool their kids. I'm not even a homework parent. Bro, I ain't educated enough to homeschool my kid.
I thought about trying to homeschool my kid. However, I was like, man, this nigga gonna be in this bitch bagging up. Man, it's about to be over with.
That nigga gonna be scaling shit up like, why you got the chicken on the scale? Like, man, look, bro, Pops, we trying to cook 2.5 grams worth of wings.
How many times you gotta hit this in order to get this? You finna get this to a actually, of 9 over.
What's the cut on the cheese and the macaroni? The cut? Who the fuck?
Like nigga, we about to be in this bitch doing it.
That nigga, hey, no, your son, hold on, hey, listen, this nigga son.
How many,
we had a birthday party, dog, and I got my son there, and where we at, laser tag? No, not laser tag. We had motherfucking Nerf Wars.
The Nerf joint, yeah.
Him and my other homeboy's son, these niggas have the greatest aim I have ever seen with a Nerf gun. I'm talking about laying on the ground, shooting niggas from under the table. Yeah. I actually think his son had a nigga pinned against the wall, halfway running his pocket.
So you know a little bin that they had. He definitely had a nigga in that little room shit. Definitely had a nigga. I was like, yeah, son, yeah.
Like this nigga, the whole time my son is like, it's too much going on. I'm terrified. Like,
man, these niggas in here shooting.
You're not representing me well. I had to go, so I had to go in there and shoot the kids.
So with me, I'm like, because I teach. So I'm not saying I teach my son like to do like shit like, but I teach him in order to move a certain way, like be strategic in movement. So I teach him the strategic movements. And then plus I was in the army, so it's like it's gonna come.
This doesn't make this any better.
I'm just saying. But
and then Lil LeBron just like he just play Call of Duty Warzone or something.
And then the fact that them niggas is best of friends, you feel me? So it's like they trading secrets. You feel
and
me?
then my son is the outsider. He just
like, man, these niggas got guns. I ain't even.
You know what my son did that night? He almost beat up a kid that was smarter than him. That's all he accomplished. I don't even think he did that purposely.
Man, yeah. So damn, what was it?
Basically, I was talking about the educational system.
Oh yeah, so homeschooling.
My son growing up in school, and right now it's cool. He needs to be taught the basics, but we talking about when you get older. Like we did 10 years of high school, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us.
You was in high school for 10 years, nigga?
No, I did.
Oh, you talking about 10 years since high school?
It's 10 years since high school.
The education system is hell with you, my nigga.
Right, it definitely got me in the biggest chokehold. Because, nigga, I couldn't get out of there. But, no. I'm saying that I know since you've been out of school 14 years, life done taught you a lot of lessons than the teachers you met out of them 4 years of high school. And I feel like somewhere in there they need to put more realistic shit back in the schools. Because it used to be in there. Some people like me, I didn't experience Votech, but I understood Votech because I had older siblings that went to DPS.
But it's a big ass school. It looked like a college. It's a high school though. They got shop, like wood shop. They got the
Southfield
mechanic shop.
Southfield A&T. I used to work there.
But these places also teach you trades as long as the regular academics that you're supposed to learn. Then they
moving that
more
than just trades. It's just a lot of more real life shit they need to push in there. Like
right, but so I'm just saying as an addition.
Addition, I think the biggest thing that's not in schools that needs to be in school is sex education.
They don't do that no more.
No, it ain't been stopped.
All right, so if you out here looking for ways to protect your family, even when you're not around, life insurance is a good thing to do. And the best way to go is Family First America. Go holler at my man's Marlon. You feel me? If you need anything, any type of policy, like if you're looking for a policy for a couple bands, couple extra bands, couple million, go holler at my man's. You're going to protect your family while you're not here. And even when you're not here, your family going to be protected.
What they won't say, we started this, this is episode 6.
What month is this? February? This started with December, right? January. So this 4, 6.
We did first episode.
It's like 4 or 5 episodes.
Second. This about episode 4.
Yeah. Because dang.
Forgive us. We've been at it for a minute. We got a lot coming up. Through our last few episodes, we had a few guests with more to come. Definitely more to come. I kind of want to know what's y'all favorite episode so far. I need a little bit more feedback. I've been getting a lot of feedback. What feedback you been getting?
Mostly the feedback I got was like obviously we just started was trying to figure this shit out. It was mostly like the audio and energy.
I definitely got a lot of energy feedback.
But I'm like, shit, if you got 2 relaxed niggas, like, what do you expect? Like, what do you, like, you feel me? So I might get a centric every now and then, you feel me? And, like, sometimes, when I watch the episode, sometimes it's like, I feel like I speak, it's not that I'm trying to speak over you, but I feel like I speak louder at certain points. But it's but I still let you get your
that's
point.
What it be. It just be certain topics that take you there, and you just be like, so you had that conversation where you forget where you at, and then it be sometimes where I be trying to talk over y'all, and be like, hey. But
I'm like, man, what do y'all expect from 2 relaxed niggas?
I seen one episode, I was like. And then I just waited. Crazy.
I think that was the Mojo episode.
Yeah,
I think so.
I mean, it's just.
But what do you expect from 2 niggas who just relax?
I got a lot of good.
Yeah, I got good feedback, but I'm for the critique part of the feedback was mostly just that.
We got people that want to come in and have real conversations with us.
And my thing is, so
I feel like that's one
for
thing.
For the people that want to come on, we only want genuine people that want to come on and not just try to jump on a platform that just we don't want people to just try to see. So like when we talk with Dan, we don't want people to just try to attach themselves to us. Just because they see what we're
doing. Gilly and Wallow, and they said it. This not. We don't want you to come over here just because you got an album that's about to come out or you got this new single you about to drop. We having genuine conversations now. If in coincidence you do music, we gonna push that because we fuck with you and we asked you to be on here. So basically, for our upcoming guests, we already got lined up, and future guests, we gonna factor in conversations where we gonna allow call-ins. So we got people that probably want to come on the show,
and also y'all can email in topics.
That's what I want y'all to do.
Ask for advice.
If y'all got exactly.
So we have an email. We have an email. It's gonna be in the comments.
Exactly. We can give a shout out. What's the name of that email one time?
WTWS pod@gmail.com. So TWSpod@gmail.com.
Y'all got that, man.
It's gonna be in the comments as well.
Any suggestions you feel like we should talk about? Anything you want to kind of chime in on or comment on?
If you got a story that you want read anonymously or shit like that, and then you want our advice or
coming
our
very
takes
soon.
And shit, like, you feel me, all that, so you can do that as well.
Coming very soon. We are gonna let people be able to chime in and call in.
And also, we
certain conversations.
have slots for paid promotion. So if you want your business, your music, or anything promoted. Not even just if we just put you on the show. So even if you're on the show or not, you want a commercial ran during our episodes, we offer paid promotion. Just either talk to me or bro, and then
definitely offer paid promotion, man. You want your stuff out here, man? Tap in, man. You gotta be willing to pay, man. We definitely share our platform, whatever you got going on. Trust me. Speaking of, if I got any adults that's down with football, want to get down, I got an adult flag league called the DFL. You can follow us on Instagram at DFL47_, where you can find all the information if you want to get down with us this season. Season started in May, right after Mother's Day. Now get in with me, man. It's a brotherhood type of thing. People that love football, people that need that escape from life. Next year we'll do DFL Kids. It's more of a conversation we can get into later. But if you're interested, is at DFL47_. And all the information you need, man. You can inbox me for any questions. My name on Instagram is rip.curly3s. If you looking at any questions, pod, football league, whatever, you can ask me. Also, shout out Callie's Kitchen LLC, man. That's me
sure
again.
Get them orders in with that food.
Definitely, I do Callie's Kitchen Fridays.
Pre-order. Don't wait till last minute.
Tap in.
That food.
Follow me
get
on Instagram
pre-order.
at Callie's Kitchen. Callie's Cooking LLC. And, you can find menus and things that's going on during the week.
Then, also, my label is up now. So, I'm looking for artists. I'm signing people for distribution deals. And then after that, if after all the work I put in for you works out and you happen to be a valuable artist to the label, I'm going to work out a deal. You get an advance, and, we're going to move on from there.
And I want to say, any artists that want to do music, you need to tap in with my guy, man. Trust me. I know he done got niggas off the ground that wasn't even sure of what they wanted to do with the shit. And he's been in this shit since I known him. And I known this nigga for 10 plus years, so you want to get in with this, man. You're an artist. You might not, know which way you want to go with this shit, but you got the talent. Tap in, man. Don't wait.
Hit my Instagram at Nico.NoFace. That's NIKO.NOFACE. And then, we gonna work out some business. And like I said, everything is gonna be a pure distribution deal. So you can still be an independent artist in your own take right now. But understand the legwork that I'm gonna have to put in for you to be bigger is where my business and specialties come in at. So if you looking to advance your music career, come holler at Sloan Rays Records.
Definitely. Yeah, man. We got a lot of stuff coming up. It's a lot of stuff that me and Nick do as individuals outside of this podcast. And like I say, you got our tags. Any questions, comments, or concerns, you can hit us up, man. We offer a lot. And what they won't say is more than just a podcast, man. It's a major platform we build. We got a lot of people that's doing a lot of shit that we gonna shine a light on, and y'all gonna see. We gonna educate y'all. That's the main thing. We gonna educate ourselves. We gonna educate the viewers and the listeners with the next couple guests that we got coming on.
Can also educate.
Give a shout out to Mojo, man. Go get that self therapy. It's out now.
Go grab that.
Download that on all music streaming platforms. Shout out to 100 Dang. Go get that Quiet Giant. Those guys came in.
Also, mine. Go get that Real Pain, that Fake Smiles, Real Pain.
Definitely, go get that. Definitely, now all music platforms. And I want to shout them two guys out because they came in and they gave game on what they got going on, and how they in the mix, and how they in the motion, moving they want to, and even teaching guys because there's a lot of people that's interested in music. And they teaching you, they game what they went through. So hopefully y'all was able to soak that up because we got more of that coming. We got more entrepreneurs coming. We got guys that's financial. We got a lot of things coming up,
so
man.
We're not just a pure, music.
We want y'all to tap in. We know it's hot.
For all businesses.
Definitely.
And even if it's not like a business, anything that anybody that has something to teach, our floor is open for them. And it's gonna be all genuine. It's not like we're just trying to force people on here because they have some type of motion. Just because you got motion don't mean you gonna really earn a spot.
I know every week you see we say we made this podcast. We made this podcast for a lot of different reasons. Give guys a voice. Give people a platform to be able to push these businesses that's needed throughout the city that you might not have awareness of. Push these entrepreneurs that know the game to get some of y'all off the couch and off the ground with some of the questions y'all might have, advice. Shit, us with the things that we do individually, things y'all might want to know. People might want to play football. They might want to get down. People might want to make music. You might got a fucking book full of raps, and you trying to get it into the right ear, man. Apply yourself, and we want to let you know it's gonna be a lot of different opportunity, man. Keep tapping in. Continue to support. We got a lot of fire content coming up. We got one of the best cameramen in the game we working with. And when we get him on, it's going to be a special episode because he got a lot to share. And I really can't wait for that because that's going to be interesting, man. We get the guy from behind the camera to give y'all a little game, a little ism on
he probably going to come on this bitch just like he on Gangland with like a mask and a deep voice because you know, this nigga is so... is so behind the cameras that he just don't never want to be in front of it. But it's gonna probably be a Gangland episode, and we gonna have this nigga over here like an informant and shit.
Matter of fact, but when one day we gonna collab them, when we get all of what they won't say bloopers and behind the scene conversations, y'all will get what this room that y'all see is really like outside of what y'all.
Because like I said on last, our behind the scenes is because even with this episode,
you be surprised.
We want y'all. So one, we're still learning all this shit as we going, right? So if it looks good to you, we appreciate the love, but also understand we still learning. So if it looks good, only understand it's gonna get better, right? Yeah. And then also with that, sometimes we do take extra takes and just talk amongst ourselves behind the scenes, and sometimes it runs a little long. So we want y'all to understand that it's a lot of process that we trying to weave through to make things the best content that we can to give to y'all.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to say, man. Let us be an example. Like bro said, we new to this. We learning as we go. Whatever episode this is, we gonna get better. I'm taking that feedback, bro taking that feedback, whether it's negative or positive, and we putting it into the next episode. I want us to be motivation for the people that got an idea and that you scared to go put action behind it. Put action behind whatever you want to do. Do it. Because this is what we doing. Mm-hmm. We doing it.
As I was like,
you might think that, hey.
I was like, it's a movie out called Fear, right? And the concept of it is the only like
T.I.
Yep. I've seen it. It's a good movie, actually. So I'm not trying to promote that shit because we not getting nothing, motherfucker, right? But I'm bringing it in because the concept of it is the fear that you have is what kills you. Definitely. And because in the movie they were killing themselves due to the fear that they had. So they went outside. All of them expressed, because one girl, she was like, everybody around the campfire, blah blah blah. You feel me? Express your biggest fear, right? But the thing that was really killing them is because one, it was on sacred grounds of like witches or whatever. But either way, that's besides. But regardless, they all admitted their biggest fear, right? And then slowly their biggest fear started killing them, and they was doing it to themselves. So really, what I'm bringing that point in to say is the fear of not doing something is what's going to kill you from not doing anything at all. So if you have an idea, don't be so scared to be like, it's not going to work, or what if I don't make no money, or what if nobody support me? You never know until you do it. So you got to get over that initial fear. Fear is an illusion of yourself that doubts your passion. So if you keep doubting what it is that you're passionate about or have an idea about, you're going to keep developing fear. Fear can only kill you if you believe that the fear is real. So I would say just like, you feel me, like you said, man, we pretty much doing this off the knuckles, man. We coming in, we working in, we figuring it out as we going, and we putting in the time, we having our conversations back and forth to make everything work.
What we doing?
So we got over that hurdle. So
what we doing is the conversations we had a couple years ago when I was barbecuing and we was taking shots. We took that out. Right, we put this in a more professional state.
Niggas still drinking.
Trust me. The liquor is still involved. Might not be a barbecue grill, but we in front of cameras. We doing this shit, man.
You know what? That'd be a fire episode though. Do that shit outside.
We can do live.
That'd be fire. Nigga.
As it get warm, we going live. We going live. Y'all don't know what might happen, man. You know. We might pop up at a performance.
You know.
Shit, we might be at a DFL game.
You know.
We might be at something that's got to do with slum raise.
You know.
You never know. We might be in the fucking studio session with Blanco.
You know.
Like, it's so much that what they won't say got to offer, man. We appreciate everybody that's tapping in. Continue to tap in. Shout out to my guys, man. I got to give y'all a special shout out, man. First, shout out to Terry, man. I got to think of bro tag, but it's going to be in the comments.
I think like TV Mill.
Yeah, T-Mill on Instagram. He have a lot of content every day. He has a TikTok page. He share. We gonna get him in soon. Shout out to my guy Andre too.
Yeah.
My guy Dre. He got a lot of fire content on his TikTok page as well. We gonna bring both of them in, man. We gonna have a big conversation, man.
Both of them got conversations.
They touch on topics that we want to talk about, man. We here to get a guy's a voice, man. That's what we here for. We here to talk about men's mental health. We here to talk about the shit we get clowned about. We here to put realness to the bullshit. You feel me? That's what this about, man.
So it ain't like for me. So like I said in the early, like we wasn't doing no woman bashing. We just wanted to make a clarity of our voice and how we feel about certain things. And it's not. And if you actually understand what we're saying and actually listen to what we're saying, then you actually understand that there is no woman bashing, there is no woman hate. We just want things to be at an equal line of mutual respect and love. So all that material shit that everybody is pretty much having the top, like the bills and the gifts and stuff, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the respect level and the love that goes into a relationship, and that's pretty much what we want people to understand on what a man feels is one of the hardest things for him to obtain in a relationship, because a lot of women, they automatically want this certain thing out of a nigga, and it's kind of hard to give if that nigga, if a nigga giving 100 and you want 110, it's kind of hard for him to get that 110, and you feel me? And if you don't appreciate his 100, then that's where the relationship fails.
See, that's the thing. Like, that's we made this conversation about guys. It's just a lot of things I see that we don't make the conversation because we don't care to make the conversation. It's never not even right when we make the conversation. It's just that realizing that guys is human beings too, man. Yeah, we have a different way because we was raised a different way. Mm-hmm. I'm really shining a light on the unfairness in which y'all try to treat certain men with. Because treat that man like a human being, man. It's harder because we men. We don't want to be on that side, but the reality is, like we say, like what this episode is about, perception versus reality. Perception is, yeah, we supposed to do all these things, provide. Reality is, yes, but we still human beings. Treat us as such, which means we have feelings, we got a conscience, we have emotions, and a lot of that shit we don't know how to deal with. We need nourishment. We need love.
I'm gonna say, and to go into that, I got a thing called the $2 rule. The $2 rule is don't trust nobody who can't bring you back $2. So, and I say that, and I mean that by like, so if you give somebody $2 worth of something, or $2 exact, and they're supposed to make $4 out of that $2, right?
Double it.
They're supposed to bring you back your $2, but they're so stuck in the content of I made this $4.
They greedy,
and they keep the whole $4. Don't trust nobody who can't give you $2. So let's say you make $100.
Let's break this down to what you really say.
No, so I was about to do that. My fault. So I kind of dragged it.
Because I think what you're really saying is.
But let me get to this point real quick. But let's say you could say $2 is real easy to make, right? Because it's $2, right? But it's really hard. It's simple. Think about how hard it is to make $2. So if I tell you go get $100 and you make $100 a day, and I tell you to go make $102, you might struggle because you already know how to make $100.
You don't know how to get that extra.
But that extra $2 is where you're gonna struggle. Mm-hmm. So, into tie of a relationship value to where it takes to, can you bring me back $2? Is if you make 100 and I say make 102, I'm asking you to hold this weight, but I'm asking you to take a little bit more. And that falls on to the category of how women look at men. I'm asking you to make this 100, but I usually take on my $2 as well. Yeah. You know where I'm going? So This is why I have this $2 rule. If somebody can't add $2 instantly or bring you back $2 instantly, it's a trust level.
I think when we talk about perception versus reality, I think me and you and a lot of guys, we live on the reality side. Mm-hmm. We always gonna live on the reality side because that's the safe side. Because you can live with perception, but if you live in perception, you bring yourself a lot of disappointment. Live in reality. Live in reality to a lot of things. Because you're going to be disappointed when you figure out the reality to that perception that you have. Mm-hmm. A lot of people in this city live off perception. Stop living off perception. Mm-hmm. Take yourself away from social media and live in real life situations. Think this perception that you've been given in this persona, that perception got reality behind it as well. So them people that's pretending, whether they pretending or they not, the way you caught up in that perception, the life they living on social media, it's a reality behind that. Remember that. Mm-hmm. So take social media as a perception only. And do not tie it in to your real reality. And we snipping in this because it's fine.
No facts.
Get out of that.
No facts.
Get out of the perception, man. Live in reality. Because at the end of the day, when that motherfucking bill is due, that's reality. Mm-hmm. But here's the flip side of that. Perception is paying for reality. That's where we fucked up at. Mm-hmm. And that's what y'all chasing. Y'all chasing that social media bag because that perception can pay for your reality. Which means if you get a certain following and you get a certain amount of something, you're going to start getting dollars. And them dollars are going to pay for that reality. Mm-hmm. And it's all off perception. Mm-hmm. This reality, what they won't say is reality. But we live in. But this what we did was we put what they won't say in a perception world. Follow us on Instagram.
What I say on the marginal episode, I was like, man, everybody. I'm gonna say normally it comes the riches and the fame, right? You get famous to get rich, but nobody. Feel me? Obviously, people want to get rich, right? But the main thing is everybody wants to be known, and it doesn't matter whether they're making money or not. They just want to be known. So the perception is I'm this, that, and I'm the third. And in reality, nigga, you struggling on this part, and it's whether it's a bill or just your own health, like you feel me? Like you struggling on the inside. You feel me? Mental, regular health. Bill or something, like you fucked up some type of way. Nobody's watching this bitch perfect. That's where a lot of people be thinking that. So like you follow, so like let's put like this in perception. One of the main people that people might follow that they feel like is perfect might be Kylie Jenner, right? That bitch, you feel me? I'm not saying you feel me. The bitch ain't got you feel me the shit that she want in life, but the bitch got her own problems as well.
Reality.
You feel me? Reality. So y'all taking this perception that she came from this family and she getting all this money and she doing all this shit, one of the youngest billionaires and all this other shit. She just supposed to be happy. Y'all, so people trying to buy happiness. Money don't buy you happiness. It only rents it for a certain amount of time. Trust me, I know. Because I've tried to buy my way out of depression for a while. Like, you feel me? I buy random shit. Nigga, I done bought you feel me? I done bought clothes, cars, jewelry, you feel me? All the material bullshit that really don't mean shit. But I'm buying it because I feel like it's something I want, it's something I need, it's something that's going to give the perception of that I'm happy. But in real reality, once I bought it and used it for a little while, wore it for a little minute, it's not doing nothing for me. So people trying to take this thing that money buys happiness. It doesn't. It rents it. So you can be happy for a little while. Money doesn't buy happiness. It rents it.
I want to say this.
But at the same time, it's a hell of a rental. I'm not going to give a hell of a rental.
I want to give a quote.
It's a hell of a rental.
And this quote that I'm about to give, and he might be older than this, but I'm going to say he was 18 when he said this. Mm-hmm. Shout out to One Up T, because this is who I'm talking about. And he a young nigga, but he educated. Mm-hmm. Word for word, he said, don't spend your life chasing money, chase happiness. Because you can be the brokest motherfucker and stay sad and shit. Figure out what your passion is. And that's the truth to life. I tell you to live in reality more than anything. Because live when what's real. Because you get caught up in this fucking social media world and you got all your bills on red and you on your way to getting put out the house. But you so caught up in the social media world, live in reality. And when you get your reality right, then you can live in that perception world. Because you already right on your end. Don't live in that world because you rewriting your wrong. So many people think they supposed to be further in life because you see XYZ on social media on a yacht. Not knowing but this, and that's the fucked up. Here's the perception. Damn, this nigga on the yacht, he 28. He got yada 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 yada. I'm 28. Reality.
I don't know what he was doing.
Reality. He borrowed the money to get down there. Mm-hmm. He borrowed the money to get on the boat. He ain't had the money. The people he with paid for him to eat. So you are envious on this man's life, and he's struggling. Perception versus reality, man. My biggest advice to y'all is live in reality. You will be a better human being when you live in reality because you're going to get your shit together.
A lot of people trying to impress imposters.
Exactly. That's what social media is about. Everybody, a lot of people imposter. I know people.
Y'all trying to fake it. Y'all trying to fake the. You know how they say fake it till
it's
you make
people
it.
That wear. It's people that go by. They undercut. Fake it till you make it. That's ATL. They told you. You got undercut people, which means they gonna go buy the fake version of everything that y'all. And you know what? Y'all gonna still get them the likes because you don't know that it's fake. Chad Johnson just said he was in NFL, and he never brought nothing real. Perception versus reality. Perception was he got NFL, he rich. He's supposed to have jewelry. So guess what? He set up the persona and he had on jewelry, but guess what? It was fake. So the reality to it was, I'm gonna give you what you want. But I ain't no fool. I'm not about to spend all this money on this. I buy all this jewelry for your satisfaction.
And that was good because he knew his value. He knew his name. His name was
worth
more
more
money. His name was worth more money than the materialistic shit he could have got. And so a lot of people is getting lost is that they losing. They thinking that the material shit is what makes their name instead of making a name and buying material shit. And it sounds weird to say just because you still buying material shit, right? But you letting the material shit, because what they say, man made the clothes.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Made the man.
Exactly, because what I'm about to say, perception versus reality. Here's something that was perception versus reality that you was told, especially if you play sports. The number don't make the player. The player makes the number. That's perception versus reality. You think that you have to get number 1 or number 2 to be looked as the best. In reality, nigga, you can get whatever number, nigga. If you that dog, then you gonna make that. In high school, in a little league, my last few years, I never got the fucking number I wanted to wear. Perception versus reality. It didn't matter. My last year, little league, I had number 75. Now, there's a lot of ways you can look at that number, depending on what area of sports you play. I didn't want that shit. But I played good enough to make it probably a consideration for the next kid under me. Damn, he just made 75. Look good.
75.
It's the perception versus reality. I got that number and didn't want it. I made it relevant. That was my reality. I did that. And that's what it is. In life, you're going to be hit with a lot of situations that is perception versus reality, man. Even if you don't understand what it is I'm saying, the best thing you can do is live on the real side of life. Because the real side is what's going to happen regardless. Perception is going to be the shit they expected to happen.
Stop chasing after what people think of.
And when you see how hard it is for perception and how fake perception is, you understand why I'm really telling y'all to live in reality. I'm like, every nigga I watch on podcasts, I look like my uncle. Because he giving me game. Me and Nick, we are uncles. Take the game, man. All in all, man, shout out to our supporters. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the feedback y'all been giving us. And we got more real shit coming, Nick. You can take it away.
And then, so yeah, definitely shout out to everybody that's, giving us feedback, giving us love, and actually tapping in, viewing, sharing, everything. We deeply appreciate it because, we really want to keep doing this if we didn't really have a full back. Well, we probably would, because to be honest with you, like I said, the perception and reality thing is, nigga, this is something we want to do, so we gonna keep doing it until we get to the right eyes. So we're not taking away the love and support that we already have, but understand we gonna keep doing it regardless. We gonna keep doing it. So I just want to say from this, off the topic from the topic of perception and reality, stop letting people dictate how you supposed to live your life. If somebody says this about I'm losing it, no, I'm not. I got it. I caught it. And then alley-oop, got it. Look, so if somebody says that this is what you're supposed to be doing at your certain age or for your certain gender, tell them no, it's not. I know my plan. I know how I'm supposed to move.
Don't let nobody put you in the box.
You feel me? Y'all, in that case, y'all walking with crutches. You let somebody else walk for you. If you listening to what other people got to say about about how you live your life, live your life. No, you feel me? Whatever you got going on, everything ain't for everybody.